What's good, y'all? It's your girl Rain Dollars and welcome back to Dollasmenu. Today on the menu, butterfly locks. Do it yourself. These locks are not only cute for the season, but they're also super easy to do. In the description below, you'll find the link to the video I watched to get my tutorial, and also follow me on Instagram to get a quick tutorial if you're into that sort of thing. Let's get straight into it. First things first, we're going to use a little leave-in. You'll also need rubber bands, water wave hair. I used free tress and I had 6 packs, but I only used 4, and also some super shine jam. I started out on blow dried hair and just put some leave-in all over my head just to moisturize before we go into our protective style. I'll mention some tips and tricks later at the end of this video, so if you want to skip ahead to that, feel free, just so you can see a lot of tutorials leave a lot of stuff out, so those tips and tricks will also help you to do yours at home. I wanted to do really neat parts this time, so I started off on blow dried hair, although it's not required, and I tried to part very nice. So first I'm going to start with a part right down the middle and then up the sides of my head on both sides, creating 2 quadrants. And parting is always based on your head shape, so you part to what you feel comfortable with. I usually do a first lock right here in the corner, so I always start off with 1 on that bottom row, and then going up I had 2, 2, and 2, if that makes sense. So all in all, in one quadrant I had 7 on one side in the front of my head and 7 in the other. So here you're going to start off with your parting. You're going to go in with your brush and your shine jam and just brush it in for a really nice and neat part. Now you're going to go in with your rubber band and just tighten that part up. You want to get it as flat as possible. And if you are worried or weary of rubber bands, you don't have to use them. You always could braid your hair for super neat parts. So here I'm showing y'all how I went 2, 2, and 2 for my 7 on top. Still working on my at-home parting, but I did really good this time, you guys. Drop a comment below. In the back, I opted for bigger parts just to avoid bulk and heaviness. So I did a huge part in the back, but I did 3 at the bottom, I believe 4 on the next row, 5, and then when I got close to the crown of my head, which is the top of my head, I made them as small as in the front so it wouldn't look weird. Here I'm trying to add up how many. I had a total of 30 locks. Now for the hair, any water wave will work. I just want you to pick out how many strands you need based off how thick you want them. I used 4. So you're going to start off, just take it to your part. You're going to braid that together with your hair using all 3 pieces as 3 different parts. So you want to make sure you start off with one side longer and one side shorter. You're going to braid down about 1 inch. Here I went a little further. Not necessary, but I was just weary. It was my first one. When you're about 1 inch down after you're braiding, you're going to go ahead and take your hair and combine it with the shorter side of your water wave hair. From there, we're going to take our long side, fluff it out really well, and the next step would then be to take the long side and wrap it going up towards the rubber band around that braided piece to cover it up. You're going to wrap till you get to the top of your rubber band, as you can see here. And you're going to go around the top just a few times. This could get tight just like a bantu knot, so you want to be careful of this. It doesn't have to be super tight for it to still be effective. You just want to make sure your rubber band is covered and that hair is locked in. Then you're going to start going the opposite direction. Now you see me going down. And from here, you're just going to wrap. You're going to wrap some tight, some light. Leave some hair out, leave some hair in, and you're just going to wrap all the way down until you finish, cover up your hair and the shorter side of the water wave hair. I think one of my favorite things about this is that you don't need anything to finish this lock off, so I really could appreciate that. So you're just going to get to the bottom, wrap all the way. You're going to create a loop with your finger, and then you're going to take that hair and wrap it back up. Now go in that opposite direction again. Here you even can add a little more distress. You could pull it out, you can wrap it, you can leave one of the little curls hanging. So here you create the character of the lock all the way through and through. You're just going to wrap until that strand is finished and then let her go. super cute. I loved how it came out. I was so excited. 29 more to go. And now I'm just going to repeat that over and over again. I'm going to start with my hair. I want to show you guys again just in case. We're going to pull it out, have it nice and neat, braid it down, braid it into our water wave hair, combining our hair then with the shorter side. From there, you're going to wrap up to the base to cover up that rubber band, wrap around a few times as you see here, and then you're going to start going down toward the end of the lock. Wrapping some light, some tight, putting your finger in the way to create some bumps and lumps to give that distressed lock look. And you might struggle with it a little bit, but just keep going. Like sometimes it would seem too tight, but once I finished, they came out perfect. So just don't worry about it. Just keep using the method. Here, I'm on my last lock. I want to show you guys again the loop method. You're gonna loop it, then going up, back towards the middle. You're just gonna wrap. You can leave a hair out, you can leave a hair in, and now you have a full set of butterfly locks. Super cute. Like I said, the top was a little tight, of course, just like the bantu knots because you're wrapping. So just be wary of that when you're doing your hair. If you keep watching, I'm going to show you how to sleep with it, how to take them out. So be sure to stay tuned till the end. These were my locks. As soon as I finished, I was in love with them. Super neat, and they were easy to sleep in and soft, not real heavy because of the amount I did. Alright you guys, so that's it. I hope you really enjoyed this tutorial on these cute bob butterfly locks. They came out so neat and pretty, and I think the type of hair I use with the mixed brown just gives it that extra look. So I just wrote a few notes for people who are going to try this at home. If you're watching this tutorial now, go ahead and hit that thumbs up, and I'm going to drop a few notes for you, things to know while you're doing this style. So I love that it's easier than most protective styles because after the rubber banding, you don't need any more product, you don't need anything. It's just the hair and your hair, and it's really easy. You don't even have to finish it off with water or nothing like that. You literally just lock it in. So super easy style, super easy to take out. I did show you all taking out one of them, and it's just a matter of pulling out the knot at the bottom and unraveling your hair. If your hair is kind of long or thick, I also wanted to note that you need to maybe twist before you put them in the locks, or you know, some way bring the hair together. In the back where I use the thicker parts, just so I wouldn't have so many in my head, I just made sure to twist my hair just a little, or just at the end, so that it wouldn't be popping out. I didn't really have that problem because I think of the way you do the lock, it didn't really come out anyway. But I just tried to tighten it where my hair would end in this, if that makes sense. So where they're really tight in the middle is probably where my hair ends in the lock. But just to avoid coming out, try to twist your hair. If your hair is super long, yeah, I would braid it or something, just to make it easier for you and so it won't peek out eventually over time. I'm sure you can dip the ends if you wanted it to super tangle or make sure it doesn't come out, but honestly, they're in there, like they're stuck. I love the finish it gives because they just look so realistic. I love the style because it doesn't have to be perfect. It could be flawed. You see, like this one, I have like a hair poking out, but it just gives it that extra if I have a hair poking out towards the bottom over here, that gives it that really cute distressed look. Of course, if you wanted it more distressed, you can use your finger to make bigger dips. You could leave hair out while you wrap to leave the strands out, kind of like I did on that one. And yeah, it just depends how you want them, how thick you want them, and all that. Depending on your parting, this is a really light style. This wasn't heavy for me. It's tight in the sense of like a Bantu knot type tight, like it could get tight around the roots, but you just watch that and try not to go too hard, but you want to still make sure you're covering your rubber band. You probably don't need to blow dry your hair as I did in the video, because even with crinkly hair, you still would be able to get good coverage. I just blow dry for really super neat parting because I really want to get out a quality video this time. I don't do a lot of protective styles on my channel, but I do a lot of protective styles on myself. It's just I don't part neat. But this time, your girl's parting real nice. Always remember to wash your weave for the best results. Wash your weave if you have like a sensitivity, if you know you get itchy scalp. It's usually because of the hair and the chemicals that are in the hair before it gets to you. Wash your weave with just vinegar and water and let it soak. Depending on how many you want to use, I end up using 4 strands overall, and I also at the tops, like probably in this section, these 6 or 5, I used 5 to make them chunkier. And you can see like the difference it is from here to this one down here, but they still give the same look to me. But it just depends how chunky you want your lock to be, and it's completely up to you. Based off the tutorial, y'all saw the size of my hair. Try to judge that based on the type of hair you get, because some of the hair has more strands in each little piece. And that's it. Overall, this style took me about 4 to 5 hours, and that's it. I slept on it with a scarf, just put them to the back, scarf around, and a bonnet, because I want these to last. They're super cute, and yeah, I'm feeling it. I like also that you could wear them in different ways. Half a puff down, a cute little bun, your little things out in the front. It just gives a look. So yeah. Thank y'all so much for watching Dollasmenu. Drop a comment below if you're gonna try this style. Let me know if you like it on me. Is this my look? And thank you so much for watching Dollasmenu. We're on the road to 1,000 and we're almost there. Peace.